Coming up on Mobile Learning in the Classroom, geography apps. Hi, I'm Zoe Falls, and today on Mobile Learning in the Classroom, we're going to look at some geography apps. So my original plan for today, the websites decided not to work, so it was originally going to be geology, so I went and found some geography stuff instead. Maybe I'll start with the G. The first one that we're going to look at is state capitals. And I was thinking about things that you can do with your kids over spring break, if you go on vacations anywhere, or even just a little trip to see grandma and grandpa. I know my parents, when we were in the car, we'd play the game where if we saw an out-of-state license plate, my mom would say the state and I had to say the capital, or she'd turn it into a math game and I'd have to add or subtract or multiply or divide the numbers that were on the license plate. I didn't like that one quite as much, but identifying the capital from the state license plates was pretty cool. And then we started keeping track of how many states we saw and how close to 50 we got, and you got more points if they were further away from where you were. So it turned into a little fun car game. So that got me thinking, what are maybe some apps that you could have in the car to, use with your kids when you're traveling, to keep them entertained, but also to keep a little learning going on while they're on break. So this first one I found is fairly easy. It's so if you have younger kids, early elementary, maybe even pre-K, and it's just state capitals. So you click on a state. Oh look, I clicked on Nebraska, and it's going to give you 3 options. And then you go ahead and you pick what you think the capital is. So I think it's Lincoln, and I was right. So it's going to tell me very good, tells me how many I've completed, and then how many attempts. So let's click on another state, Pennsylvania. So I think it's Harrisburg. Oh good, I was right again. Okay, so let's say I'm down in Arkansas and I think it's Charleston. Then it's going to tell me, please try again, because the capital is not Charleston. It's going to be Little Rock. So now it's telling me that I've completed 3, but I've had 4 attempts. And again, you can just click through and do the entire country, including Alaska. So I think it's Juneau, very good. And then you can reset the game. So you can see if they can get them all right on the first go, or how many attempts it takes them to get each state. So if I meant to click the wrong answer, so let's say I get it wrong. I can try it again, and if you click on the state again, it'll give you a different set of capitals to choose from. That way you can help ensure that your child is actually learning and not just going, well, if it was an A, it has to either be B or C. So that's one app, and again, this could be something you do in the car, in the hotel while you're checking in, maybe while you're waiting for an airplane. But again, a really easy to use, it's colorful, and I see this being really useful with younger students, with younger kids, or you could have siblings using it. Another one that I found that's maybe a little bit more advanced, maybe some upper elementary into early junior high, is Where Is That? And you can choose a different country, and then you can choose a different level. And you can actually choose a continent, not just a different country. And you can identify, then you have to spell the name, then you have to give the capital and identify the country or state. Then you are given the capital and you have to spell the country or state, or you can identify which country or state is highlighted and fill in the capital. So this one has some progressive levels in it. So you can start it easy and work it up. You can start in the United States and work through all 5 levels and then challenge yourself as you move on. I remember when I had to learn all of the capitals of all of the countries in the world in high school, and we didn't really have any apps like this, at least that I know of. And something like this would have been really useful and fun instead of wandering around the house randomly spelling out countries and capitals. So let's go ahead and let's check out Europe, and we'll do level 5 and we'll see how much I know this. So again, it gives you a line map. And what I like about this is it only colors the one that you're focused on. You see the outline of all of the other countries, but it only highlights and colors the one you're looking at. And I'm thinking that that is France. and I think the capital is Paris. So again, it gives you multiple choice, and then it has a fill in the blank for the capital. I'm gonna say check it. Oops, France is the correct country, but the capital is Paris. Oh, I put Paris, not Paris. So it also checks the spelling, which can also be a really good thing for students that maybe know the capital, but can't spell or type it wrong like I do. So then we have another country highlighted, and I think that might be Bosnia. Okay, so it was Bosnia, and the capital is Sarajevo. So again, some of these might be a little bit hard to see, but you can zoom in. So if you had this on your iPad or on your phone, you could zoom in and make it bigger. You could also have your kid pull up Google Maps or Google Earth and do a comparison that way. Some of the downsides to this, I think, are because it is just a simple line map. It doesn't really give a sense of how it fits in to the overall globe. And it's also maybe not detailed enough to be really useful. But if the goal is just to do a quick sort of can you identify and then some baseline information on countries and capitals, it could be a really good kind of fun way to make some learning happen. Let's check out one other one. So you can do the whole world, and we're gonna try level 3 because I'm not feeling quite as confident anymore. And show me the map. Oh sure, it gives me the country capital of Yverdon. And I'm guessing Armenia. I was right. I honestly guessed on that one. Guatemala City, Guatemala. Now again, the downside here is there's no visual map. So you're not being able to map what you're learning to a physical location on a map. So I would consider that to be a detriment of this particular interaction. But again, it's something. So if we go back, let's check out one more. Let's try Asia, and let's do level 2. So again, it is going to give you the map, and it's China. Check that, and I was right. And so again, now it's going to give you all of the small little islands as well. But again, here it does give you the map. So only when you're in the world option does it not give you the full map. So again, probably not the most robust website out there, maybe not even the most interactive of things out there, but it's more fun than maybe some other ways of doing it. And I think you could add some more interaction to it as you guys were on, if you're on vacation in the car waiting for a flight, whatever it is you're happening to be doing over spring break or leading into summer. You could ask your children, you could have you could have your kids quiz each other, you could have some sort of scaling competition with it, and who doesn't like gummy bears? So if you get 5 right, you get a gummy bear. All sorts of different ways to incorporate these into some of what you're already doing. So that has been a couple of geography apps, and I'm Zoe Falls. Thanks for watching.